Excuse me. Hello, I'm back. In a sort of messy state as always. I'm in the same outfit that I was wearing yesterday. It's like a 2-day trip, so like I don't have my whole closet with me. I don't know why I always feel the need to explain this kind of stuff. But here we are. Anyway, I made some pretty extreme faces on the last video that I uploaded, and I was like, do I really want the internet to have my face contorted in these shapes? Like, do I really want to give that to you guys? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I gotta walk the walk. I can't just talk the talk. Like, if I'm afraid of like somebody taking a screenshot of my face looking ugly, what the fuck is the point? Like, what am I actually trying to say to you guys? Like, it's okay to just exist and show up and be as many colors of the rainbow as you are. Face card never declines. Like, my face card declines sometimes. Hello again. Sorry. Change. We are now probably 4 hours or so in the future. I got distracted. I started looking at myself and I was like, this isn't working. The attitude and the energy I had just wasn't hitting. So I had to go take a shower and wash off some of the bullshit. I have to protect this vitality inside of me that allows me to come onto the internet with a certain je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean? I might come on here looking all types of ways. Listen, all types of ways. Honestly, it's really this practice of uploading a video every single day that's really teaching me this. It's that I don't have time to be a perfectionist. I don't have time to be a perfectionist. I don't have time to over-edit myself. I have to get these videos out. Flaws, mistakes, and all. And it's scary because I worry about, somebody perceiving my flaws, but then I remind myself of what I was talking about yesterday in the last video I made, the politics of love and self-worth, that every flaw that you have is a representation of someone else. You erase your own flaws, you are erasing a population. Flaws, right? Understanding yourself as a representation of humanity rather than just a representation of you. This is like the hyper individualism of it all. We feel so alone in our experience, being unafraid of my face card declining sometimes, which it does. I pull a lot of faces. I was thinking a lot about this yesterday. Do I really want to give that to the internet? Because someone can just screenshot it and be like, ha ha, ha ha, she's so ugly. But that's the risk I'm willing to take. Like I said, I want to be a responsible public person. I wouldn't say I'm a public figure. I wouldn't toot my horn that much yet with my 1,900 subscribers. But my videos are public, and that is it's just something that I have to accept. That means my flaws are going to be on display. Some mistakes are going to be on display. And that's okay, because I'm in this process of accepting the fullness of my humanity. I want to be an example of that. I want to walk the walk. You feel me? I don't just want to talk the talk. I want to come on here and say, okay, I got some water. Being afraid that my face card is going to decline, and that people are going to make fun of me and bash me. Really, let's unpack that. This is what I wanted to do today. I want to unpack that fear, because the fear of being perceived as ugly is really a fear of having our humanity questioned. And I know that seems like a far leap, but it's really not. It's actually just buried under layers and layers of bullshit. And we don't always look very deeply into why we feel the way we feel about certain things, like why it feels like such a big deal to be perceived as ugly. And it's because if somebody perceives us as ugly, our worth as a human being is put into question. And what happens when your worth as a human being is in question? Your human rights, your privileges in society are taken away. Your bag is threatened. Your financial life is threatened, right? And there are certain aspects of the aesthetic world that have real life implications into how we're treated as human beings, how we're seen has real life implications. This is not like we're not just talking philosophy here or theory. But I want to just uncover what some of that basic fear is. If we have our humanity questioned because we are being perceived as ugly, if we're having our worth questioned because we are perceived as ugly, it reveals the real issue, which is that our worth is conditional. And that is the real source of insecurity when it comes to aesthetics. Even if you are a person who is desirable by patriarchal standards, it's still fragile. It's still conditional. We will never, ever truly feel what it is to be secure or to be loved if we are staking our self-worth in something conditional. We must stake our worth in something unconditional. And that is why I keep focusing and bringing up this idea of humanity. No matter what we do, no matter what happens to us, we are always going to be human. What does it mean to be human? It means there is a lot of possibilities for us. So many of us are stuck in this cycle of needing to pursue our worth rather than having it right now. And it is a process. It's not like, oh, I have worth now because yada, yada, yada. Oh, I'm desirable now, so I have worth. It doesn't work like that. Oh, I have $1 million, so I have worth now. It doesn't work like that. Our money, our looks, all of that is conditional. It's conditional. And when we stake our worth in the conditional, we will always be insecure. Becoming secure is a process. Understanding your worth as a human being is a process. There are always going to be aspects of ourselves that we have a hard time accepting, especially when it comes to our past and our mistakes and our flaws. But it's really the narratives about our mistakes and about our flaws that prevent us from experiencing the fullness of who we are. The narrative that I use to replace some of these harmful ones, the ones that make me feel like I'm not enough, that I'm not worthy enough, I'm not lovable, I'm not wantable, yada, yada, yada. I replace those with I'm human, and I have flaws, and I have made mistakes. Again, it's just this process of when you find yourself leaning over into the side of and insecure, I don't feel enough, I'm not lovable. It's just like learning how to just straighten your spine up. Worth is how we value our lives. It's quantitative in nature, but it's how we quantify this thing called meaning, quantifying the meaning of your life, quantifying the meaning of who you are. It can't really be quantified. I don't think there's a number for it. I don't think it's truly quantifiable. It's just you kind of either feel like you have it or you feel like you gotta get it, which means you feel like you don't have it. You know what I mean? You either have it or you don't. But sometimes we go in and out. We forget that we have worth. And so this journey that I'm on of growing and evolving is centered around this understanding that I have worth. My life has value. It has meaning. And we all go through periods of time where we forget that our lives have meaning and that we have worth as human beings. And then we question what we have to do in order to get that value back. You know what I'm saying? So that was my shot in the dark at defining these terms. Again, I didn't plan this. I didn't write this down. I didn't sit down and think about it. This is just what's coming out of my mouth right now in this moment. But this is kind of what my YouTube channel is about. It's like understanding that you have value now. You have value as a human being now. Your life has value now. You don't have to present yourself in any sort of desirable way in order to have value, even though that's how our society works. It shouldn't work that way, in my opinion. We need to educate people into understanding their worth, because what humans can do when they already feel worthy, I feel is much more impactful than what we do when we don't feel worthy. There is this counter argument that I create in my head, like, if we feel like we already have worth, then we're not going to do anything. And that's not true. I don't think humanity works like that. I don't think the human brain works like that. We can be programmed to love growing, to love growing, to love evolving, to love being in a process. It's the best thing in the world to me. Growing, going out and buying books. I went to the bookstore today and I got this beautiful, beautiful book. Hold on. I don't want to put my fingertips on the pages. But look. This is nourishing to my spirit. I go out and I find things that are nourishing to my spirit. And I want to nourish other people's spirits as well with narratives that make you feel like you deserve life, that you deserve love. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if your face card declines. My face card declines. Everyone has ugly parts of them, if they decide to show it or not. Your flaws, your mistakes are only representations of other people, right? You hide your flaws, you hide other people, you hide aspects of our humanity. Why can't we bring the fullness of our humanity into the light? If you can be shamed, you can be controlled. All of these things that we're realizing, I can't, my flaws, it's all social control. If you can learn to accept the fullness of your humanity, we won't be controlled. We cannot be controlled if we can accept the fullness of our humanity. You will be able to do the work you came here to do, that you know you're worthy of. When you know how worthy you are of love. There is something in this world that loves you so much. And I pray, if you hear that and you don't hear that, I pray that one day you can hear that and know that for yourself. Because I've been there. I've been in a loveless place in my life where I just felt nothing. I just felt like nothing. I felt like my life had no worth at all. I know what it's like to be there. And I just want to come on here and just say, hey, I represent you too. There is an aspect of you in me that I understand so much better now because I've been doing this work for a long time. And I'm sitting around and I'm looking and I've been educating myself and I've been saying, oh my God, I've been lied to. We've all been lied to. Oh, these lies go deep. But every single day, we unlearn and we learn. We unlearn and we learn and we grow. And we water our plants. And we plant some more seeds and we water those seeds and they turn into plants. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's what I have for you today. That was my video. I doing these daily videos is a lot. It feels like a lot. I'm still trying to manage my time as best as I possibly can. It's hard. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to y'all's comments. I promise I will eventually. There's a lot to be done. And I gotta edit this video and I gotta be at my boyfriend's gig in 50 minutes. And hopefully I can get to uploading this before then. But if not, I'm so sorry. Anywho's, I will see you in the next video. Bye.